K-Dog fam, and welcome back to the Hounds of History page. Today we're switching it up. Normally we focus on one historical hound, but today we're going to dive into a lesser known side of America's first president, George Washington, the ultimate dog lover and his many hounds. We all know him as the father of our nation, but did you know he's also hailed as the father of the American Foxhound? Washington wasn't just a general and statesman, he was a passionate dog breeder, hunter, and companion to dozens of dogs at his Mount Vernon estate. His kennels were home to everything from speedy hounds to mischievous terriers, and his stories with them reveal a man of honor, humor, and deep faith. As a devout Christian, Washington lived by a higher moral code, viewing his life and this planet as our God-given domain to enjoy and steward responsibly. He saw caring for animals as a part of that duty, drawing from the biblical concept of dominion, ruling over creation with kindness and purpose. Today, we'll explore how this shaped his relationship with his dogs. Picture this. It's October 4th, 1777, during the Revolutionary War. The Battle of Germantown is raging in Pennsylvania. Thick fog blankets the field, causing confusion and friendly fire. British General William Howe has just led his troops to victory, but in the mayhem, his beloved fox terrier goes missing. This little dog, named Lila, according to some accounts, wanders into American lines and is picked up by Continental soldiers. They discover the collar inscribed with Howe's name and rush to Washington, thinking he'd want to keep the pup as a trophy of war. But Washington, ever the gentleman, had other ideas. Despite the bitter defeat, he prioritized honor. So on October 6th, he sent the dog back under a flag of truce with a polite note, likely written by his aide, Alexander Hamilton. General Washington's compliments to General Howe. He does himself the pleasure to return him a dog, which accidentally fell into his hands, and by the inscription on the collar appears to belong to General Howe. This act wasn't just about returning a pet. It highlighted Washington's character. In a time of fierce enmity, he showed respect for life, even an enemy's dog. It humanizes in the best way the founding father, reminding us that great leaders have soft spots too. Now, let's meet one of Washington's all-time favorites, Sweet Lips. The elegant staghound wasn't just a hunting companion, she was a social star. Named for her sweet, lippy appearance, Sweet Lips accommodated Washington to Philadelphia in 1774 for the First Continental Congress. Amid tense political debates, her charm helped Washington win over allies. Imagine delegates petting this graceful hound while discussing revolution. Talk about a furry icebreaker. Sweet Lips was a fixture at Mount Vernon, where Washington hosted fox hunts and gatherings. She embodied his love for the outdoors and his softer side. As an avid horseman and hunter, Washington rode to the hounds almost daily, even during the war when he could. Sweet Lips was by his side, symbolizing loyalty in both battle and peace. This bond went beyond politics. It showed Washington's personal warmth. He once wrote in his diaries about the joy of hunting with his pack, describing chases that lasted hours. Sweet Lips wasn't just a dog. She was family, helping humanize a man often seen as very stoic. Washington's passion for dogs didn't stop in companionship. He was a dedicated breeder, innovating to create the perfect hunting hound. In 1785, his friend, the Marquis de Lafayette, gifted him 7 French staghounds, massive and speedy beasts from across the Atlantic. Washington crossed them with his own black and tan Virginia hounds, aiming for a superior dog with speed, sense, and brains. The result? The American Foxhound. A smarter, faster breed that's now Virginia's state dog, recognized by the American Kennel Club in 1886. Washington kept meticulous diaries, tracking litters and naming pups with quirky flair like Drunkard, Tippler, Tipsy, True Love, and Juno, and Duchess. He visited his kennels morning and night, even fretting about them when away. This wasn't a mere hobby. It reflected Washington's deeper beliefs. As a man of great faith, he understood dominion over the earth as a Christian duty to care for and improve God's creation. In a 1794 letter to his farm manager, William Pierce, he emphasized, "The dogs, which are kept for fox hunting, should be regularly fed and attended to." He insisted on strict oversight, ensuring his animals were well cared for, embodying stewardship as God intended. Breeding the American Foxhound was his way of fulfilling that role, blending enjoyment of the land with responsible management. Even today, these hounds trace their lineage back to Washington's pack, a lasting legacy of his innovation and devotion. For a lighter note, let's talk about Vulcan, one of Washington's mischievous French hounds. This pup, offspring of a dog named Lady, was a real troublemaker. One day at Mount Vernon, Martha, Washington, had prepared a grand ham for dinner guests, but Vulcan had other plans. He leaped onto the kitchen counter and snatched the whole dang thing. When the butler explained the missing ham, Washington and his guests burst into laughter instead of anger. Washington appreciated Vulcan's cleverness, scolding him lightly, but clearly amused. It shows even the father of our country had a sense of humor about his furry family's antics. Washington's kennels were a veritable dog zoo, with breeds from around the world. By today's standards, we might have called him a hoarder, but his kennels were pristine and his animals well cared for. He was a diligent steward. His kennels included greyhounds for speed, Newfoundlands for strength, Briards, terriers, spaniels, like those favored by French royalty, and even a poodle named Pilot for duck hunting. But one standout was Madame Moose, a Dalmatian coach dog he bought in 1786 for 12 shillings. Known for her spotted coat and energetic personality, she had quite the appetite for romance. Washington noted in his diary, a new coach dog arrived for the benefit of Madame Moose. Her amorous fits should therefore be attended to. He bought a mate to breed with her, according to his diverse pack. These varied breeds reflected Washington's curiosity and status, but always with that, a stewardship mindset, caring for them diligently. George Washington's dogs weren't just pets. They were partners in his life, adventurers from battlefields to breeding grounds. Through stories like Returning House Terrier, Charming with Sweet Lips, Innovating the American Foxhound, Laughing at Vulcan's Theft, and Tending to Madame Moose, we see a man who balanced leadership with love. Most importantly, Washington lived out his faith, seeing animal care as a divine duty to steward this world. His legacy endures in the breeds he created and the lessons of honor and responsibility. Hopefully this story inspired you like it did me. We don't just own dogs. We partner with them. We're stewards of them. Drop a note below what you thought of this historic tale, and let me know your favorite hound of history so we can highlight it. Now, go walk your dog.